Sunnyside Live 59
Grab
is
your
now.
coat and get your hat. Leave your worry on the doorstep. Just direct your feet to the sunny side of the street. Keep your gait a bit pat and your troubles with no slow step. Life can be so sweet on the sunny side of the street.
Randee of the Redwoods is leading us off from the Dutch Breath Mystery Theater final performance grand finale. You can find that on Sunnyside YouTube. We got a fact about artificial intelligence. And GONAD. Today we meet the Squeak Bears. All right. Well, we meet the Squeak Bear. There's only one Squeak Bear. And John Fleck tells the Hancock story. Fabrice today.
I used to walk in the shade.
Sing it to me.
With those blues on parade. But I'm not afraid. This rover crossed over. Grab your coat and get your hat. Leave your worry on the doorstep. Just direct your feet to the sunny side of the street. Life can be so sweet on the sunny side of the street.
That is the fabulous Lori Amott singing, and J. Raoul Brody supplying the musical accompaniment. Man, I love that. It just I hear her singing, and I go, okay, I'm in the mood for Sunnyside, and I hope you are too. Queen of the World, get in here. Today we're doing elephant jokes. Is that right? Yes, that's right. Okay, go ahead. How do you know when there is an elephant in your refrigerator? I don't know. How would I know if there was an elephant in my refrigerator? The door won't close. That's true. You could not shut the door to the refrigerator if there was an elephant in there. All right, let's get to Randee. We don't have much time. We got a lot of video today. So let's get to Randee of the Redwoods in medias res of his.
We would go out in the park, and we'd sit there and I would play my axe all day, man. And back then, oh man, it had strings and everything. And Sonny would just sit there all day and look through his telescope at the sun. And I'm telling you, after a year of doing this, something started to change inside of Sonny. It was like he became very strange. He was taping aspirins on the telephone poles and himself and, saying, "We're here, man. We're always here." I finally had to let him go. It was like the factory was still there, but they were making something different now. But he was good people. I mean, right to the end or whatever it was where he reached, he was still good people. And that's why I named him after him, was that you look like good people. All right, Sonny, I want you to sing Doobie-Doo. Doobie-Doo. Oh, man, that was weird. That was weird. Because it looks like there's more people than that. But that's the thing about me. I don't know. I never know. You know, I'm never sure. It's like, you know, you ever wake up in the middle of the night and you're all shaky and sweaty and confused and just dying for a malt? Okay, so one time I got out and I was like, oh, I gotta go down Dairy Queen, get me a malt. And number one, my big gripe with DQ is they don't have malts, just shakes. Okay, but that's okay.
All right. Excuse me, I just started watching it. I thought it was going to keep going. That's only part of it. All of it's up there. If you go on Sunnyside YouTube, you can find that sequence in the grand finale playlist. That's Duck's Breath's last show. Or you can find at the end is the whole sequence together. I got that. I did that for Art and for Randee. And we did that. That's the Richard and I do this together. And sometimes he does stuff and sometimes I do stuff. Mostly I do stuff because he has a real job as an editor, producer guy. He's really good. That's why I keep him on board. Not because he's my son. No. All right, let's find out. These are facts are from social media posts, and this was a good one about artificial intelligence.
Fact. What is real? What is true?
AI seems to be a way for people who want to be authors to write something without writing anything. That's one. Two, it's a new way to get out of paying writers. This is wrong. Even back when much of writing was divinely inspired, writers were still compensated this side of heaven, unless you were William Blake.
Okay, that was a commentary, but also a kind of educational thing about William Blake. You get to see what he looked like and the kind of stuff he made, and the story of his religious problems. You can look up. You can Google. That's what the guy Google was invented, to help you with questions about William Blake. All right, let's get to GONAD. We got another episode of GONAD. We're going to get all the episodes into the live show before we finish. Next week's the last week of the live show for 13 weeks. Then we'll be back, probably with a different format, maybe with 2 people here instead of just me. That's my goal. Get 2 people hosting this show, because then they can talk and I can talk a little bit, but I can run the buttons. Here we are. GONAD the Barbarian. You can see this on Sunnyside YouTube. Did I mention that? You can see everything we show here on Sunnyside YouTube.
What you can find lurking in the highway. Danger, danger, danger. Man, you never learned fighting ain't good for your health. GONAD's never frightened when he's coming down the highway. Danger, danger, danger. I just wish he'd fast things by himself. GONAD is not frightened. No, not me. No, not me. Monsters never scare him. No, not me. No, not me. GONAD has no brains left. No, not me. No, not me. He's too dumb to bleed. So GONAD came to the land of hate. The land of hate. We were expecting big trouble, bad company. We crossed the border, but we had to go beyond the fringe. Beyond the fringe, we had to go past all the borderline cases. Go past the people as harmless as they were offensive. Street people, panhandlers, beggars, the Hanna-Barbarian. There's something wrong with this picture. Spare change, cigarettes, loose joints, spare change, cigarettes, loose joints, spare change, cigarettes, Mad Dog, Boone's Farm, Thunderbird Mine. What you got today? Give me that today. GONAD, don't worry. I've been here before. They're only figments of your imagination.
I have no imagination.
But this one is real. Yeah, he says he's real. He says, please don't hurt me.
You speak Squeak Bear?
I was raised by squeak bears in the wilderness. I seek the kitchen magician. Squeak Bear says he doesn't have the kitchen magician. He says you can find one in the land of hate, but don't try to find it for yourself. You'll only forfeit your life.
I'll find it. Because I meant what I said, and I said what I meant. GONAD is faithful 100 times.
Okay, that was Meet the Squeak Bear. I forgot how. Stop.
His mother was French, and his father was Dutch. Fabrice insisted his ambition was to be a normal boy, even though no one thought.
Hang on, I'll be back. Okay, I'm back. I screwed it all up. All right, now Twisted Fairy Tales. That was GONAD, and that was a little muck up on my part. And but now I got it back. That's why we're gonna have two people. We're gonna have one person to run the machine and talk, and another person to just talk to keep you attention. That's going to be the second season. Starts Monday, February 12th, if that's a Monday or if that's a 12th. But none of this will happen. It'll just work like clockwork. But for now, I'm doing it. And I'm happy I'm doing it. Gives me a good thing to do every morning. Instead of mope. I jump over on the sunny side, and you should do too. Okay, let's get over there. And let's, this is a Twisted Fairy Tale by Dan Coffey. Performed by John Squeak.
His mother was French, and his father was Dutch. Fabrice insisted his ambition was to be a normal boy, even though no one thought him the least bit normal. Fabrice had great piety. By the age of 10, he had the bearing of an ordained priest, living in a spiritual cloud, his eyes looking up towards heaven, and a prayer always forming on his moist, damp lips. Fabrice drew teasing and scorn from his schoolmates. Mean, vulgar boys would go out of their way to taunt him. Fabrice could not walk down a hallway without being tripped. In the lunchroom, when he would pause before his meal to give a prayer of thanks, someone would inevitably push his face into a sandwich or a piece of cake. One day, Fabrice failed to appear at school. His parents searched the house. The police searched the neighborhood. Rumor spread that Fabrice had ascended to heaven. Eventually, everyone gave up looking for Fabrice. After suffering pangs of guilt for over a month, one of the bad boys confessed that his gang had locked Fabrice in an abandoned refrigerator and forgot to let him out. None of the bad boys could summon the nerve to return to the refrigerator and find out what had happened to Fabrice. When the authorities opened the door of the refrigerator in an alley behind a ruined building, they found Fabrice very much alive. Deep in an ecstatic trance, he was chanting in the manner of ancient monks, and his eyes were glowing as if on fire. When the paramedics took Fabrice out of the refrigerator and placed him on a stretcher, he immediately turned to ash, and the smell of roses filled the air.
Oh man. Okay. That John Fleck. He did 13 of those, and he just got better and better as we went. That will premiere today at noon and be up forever. I'm going to fix that mistake in the beginning. Also, Fact at 10 a.m. today will premiere. I'm going to do a little repairing on that too. And I'm so glad that you saw the show, watched the show, used the show. I'm so glad I did the show. I'm so glad we had so many great people working on the show. And I'm not glad it's over, but it's over.